Let's talk about Heesang here. Echo. Let's talk about like what Echo is doing here. So Echo is like whenever you're playing it in dive mirrors, there's two reasons why you're playing Echo. Or two things you're looking for. Number one, you're looking for tank pressure because Echo has like the highest poke pressure from a dive hero onto tanks compared to Genji, Tracer's Armor, and so on. But you still have that assassination opportunity with stickies and beam, especially when it comes to nano, ability to go in deep with copy, a primal rage or a nano monkey assisting you to go in really hard. So you kind of be looking for Echo to be able to set up one of those two things. And the reason why they're playing Echo on this map, and historically we've seen a lot of Echo on this map, is just the fact that the verticality and the high grounds of this map, along with a healthy balance of sightlines, creates really just a total playground for Echo to do whatever she wants with. Is you're going to have both Echoes kind of jockeying for this position, poking, fighting for this position to see which one of them earns the off angle. Because if you're able to win this trade here, then you all of a sudden have a much better sightline or an angle to actually go for backline here. Pokey, transitioning to Winston. A little lazy on the stickies there. I wasn't quite sure if he was going for Echo or the Tracer. I don't think he knew either. But yeah, just a lot of poke trades, That was almost really good. Accidentally blocked by Winston Bubble. Well, that would have been really funny. Now, you might be asking, why are we poking on point now? Why am I not rotating here? The problem with this rotation here is it's a bit of an all-in. It still could work if there's a trust of a hard commit from Winston, but because Shu and Shorong are no longer controlling the high ground sightlines, if you go back a little bit here, Shu and Shorong, you see their positions here? They're set up to support this fight for high ground. But then as the point unlocks, and as fights rotate towards main and then Shu drops, they no longer have an LOS to support Heesang supporting an angle like this. If this was a ranked game where there's a little bit less communication, a little bit less coordination, you could probably should get away with going in for an engage here, going for a full stickies, going for a beam, and then flying out again. The problem at this level of play is not that flanks are bad, it's just that they have to be coordinated really, really well with your supports, and that might not work out so well. So instead, Heesang's going to take a much more conservative angle on point, shoot, control the Winston, and so on. Ends up working out really well because Shu is a bad man. As long as he has LOS of his Brig, and he does, that's a little bit risky there, but it's an opportunity. He goes for it, and the stickies are perfect. Like there has to be an ASMR equivalent on YouTube of like tracking with stickies on a jumping tank. Like that is just beautiful. How does this comp compare to a Ball Tracer Ash compositions? This Echo Tracer on a Brig stuff? It's more map situational. Ball Tracer Ash is going to be a lot better in much more broad maps, more of the escort maps, stuff like Busan. This is going to feel a lot better with these like cramped vertical maps, right? Whereas the Ball Tracer Ash are going to have do a lot better in more open space. You might have more success, you guys particularly, playing Ball Tracer Ash on Ilios Ruins, for example, right? Where instead of Ilios Well. Okay, staging aggressively, Nano Echo. He sees Fly. So Stalker cannot disengage this, and so now he's in. So if you guys ever want to make a Nano Echo work, if you ever have that level of coordination in a team or a ranked environment, whatever you're, first off, stage aggressively, and then try to find something, look for something that has used a cooldown that prevents them from disengaging. So like right now, this Echo cannot disengage. He misses the stickies, which sucks. Like that should have been a kill. But even though he misses the stickies because he's staged so well for the target, he forces a copy in response and still has a little bit of nano to get more value with just poking the Brig. So there's the Winston copy, really just a panic copy from Stalker. Probably won't get a lot of value. Yeah, he might not even get the primal there. And you notice that he's still staged aggressively, right? He still has that copy. Oh, what a play by Stalker. Okay, I know we're reviewing Heesang here, but look at what Stalker does. Stalker jumps, uses the Winston cooldown to close the distance, and then still has his cooldowns to finish the target. And not only does he do that, but he also animation cancels his beam. Watch this. Primary fire into the beam to get the health threshold to the perfect level to where he actually secures the kill. Forces the backline out. And again, now we have a situation where copy is available. So we're going to probably see a much more aggressive push here. But they have to be careful of rally. Almost got the backline there. Poke, 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 poke. Takes an angle on Winston. Needs to be careful. Needs to be careful. Goes in super deep. And notice again that this is synchronized. Everything at this level of play is synchronized. There's a nade. There's a commit. Junbin's on the flank. And even though Junbin isn't actually committing at the same time, what Junbin is doing is forcing people to turn around. And that attention is what allows this nade to get as much space as it does. So I'm actually curious. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful right there. Backline's MIA, too far away to chase, no shift. So what do we do instead? We just light up the monkey instead. Force the Primal Rage. Now from here, do we keep pressure on the Primal Rage? Yes, we do. Oh my gosh. Absolutely murdered. Okay, 3-point cap. Ooh, he's overextended. Okay. Now, this, I think they're trying to clean up staggers, but I'm not sure if everyone's on the same page. Okay, they're trying to get there. He doesn't quite get the kill. He's saying there's the copy. There's the tracer copy in response. Drops the pulse bomb. Heesang's a pretty good tracer. Will he be able to get anything out of it? He's being a little cautious here because if he loses his copy in the middle of the enemy team, he will die. Not terrible copy value. There's the nano in response. They need to light up the monkey. Now, Fielder does something interesting here. Fielder actually nanos the enemy Echo. I would have expected the defensive nano onto Winston. Because Smurf is going to die for that. Cautious. He doesn't have cooldowns to match that. There's the stickies. Doesn't quite hit the stickies. Again, always kind of bouncing from cover to cover, right? So like he's either back here or he's here. He's always hugging a wall at some point in time. I think that's it, guys. Yeah. Well played. Okay, let's keep going here. So again, here kind of the same question, like which side is Heesang gonna lean to, left or right? Both have high ground cover, so they're both good angles for Echo. Now this is risky. This is a little risky. You want to be very careful. Do you guys remember the whole tracer sandwich concept where we talked about like you don't want to put yourself between threats? Heesang goes between threats here. He chases the Stalker, but he's turned his butt cheeks to Fielder, Chio, and Proper. This is pretty risky. This is where I think it would be a little bit smarter for Heesang. I know he sees this opportunity here, but it might have been better for Heesang to just go ahead and rotate and commit to Smurf here. Maybe on a conservative angle where like Brigitte and Ana can see him, but he needs to be careful about crossing in the open here. This is a bit of an end. Because if he doesn't get that combo immediately, and even if he does, he could die for that. So he's got to be super cautious. Huge pocket from his backline, though. Is he going to go top right? Yes, now he's got top right. And then now he has good staging ground to not only poke the Winston, but also has, if he sees an opportunity, he can trade with the Echo as well. Oh my gosh, what does that need? Fielder? I don't even think he was aiming for, yeah, he wasn't even aiming. That's actually so unfortunate. So Choron gets smoked. Heesang gets smoked. And ultimately just not enough pressure from Heesang that fight. Stickies are used. Poke. Be careful. When you get hit with stickies, the big thing in the Echo Mirror is to just try and disengage as quickly as you possibly can. Because you don't want to be in beam threshold. Proper just destroys Lip. And they're going to reset here. Oh, wow. Nice stickies. That was almost a trade there. Poke out the Tracer. Force the re. Then go back to shooting Winston and so on. So, here's the thing. You're going to start to see this leaning towards rotation towards right side. There's a lot of pressure of being stuck here. But as the fights rotate towards point, this high ground becomes more relevant, right? Your job as Echo is you always want to be taking some sort of an off angle with high ground around where the fight's starting. There was a lot of fight happening here. But as the fight rotates this direction, as we start to pressure point, Heesang needs to try to rotate to that side. The problem is he has to be careful about rotating by himself. Case in point. You need to be cautious here. This would have been a rotation that probably should have been done a little bit more patiently, right? Maybe either going over the top with on a Brig and rotating this way. That probably would have been the safer rotation, but avoiding the Tracer entirely. Poke. He's almost got copy now, so he could be a little bit more egotistical with these off angles here. So yeah, what are we going to do? He's looking for it. There's the Nano Echo. He needs to copy. He doesn't copy. Oh no, it's too far. Dude, the Nano Echo, if the Echo can't get the copy off, the Nano Echo is brutal. Now, some of you guys are probably asking, why does he not just copy the Winston? It's because the bubble blocks the copy. So he looks back there, but he can't copy the Winston because he can't see the Winston, and even if he could, the bubble would block it. So this is the second time now where Heesang has not quite staged. I think this situation here, either you put more emphasis into the monkey or you rotate this direction faster to create more distance for yourself, or at least stage for a better copy. They got a real problem. They're going to have to go ball to touch. He's got pressure on Winston there. Winston disengages and hides. He's going to ego this, and this is the rotation that we wanted earlier. Much safer, much broader. If you guys haven't noticed, basically 3 fights here. The first fight, the previous fight, and the fight before that. Heesang either rotating this way, or rotating this way, or rotating this way. He's been putting himself kind of in the middle of fights too often, not really staying on the periphery. He's not choosing his off-angle rotations nearly as smoothly as I'd like. And I think part of that was also occasionally a problem in the first map as well. So yeah, if I had to give a weakness to Heesang, it was some of these mid-fight rotations. He looks a little shaky, a little out of position at times. Like even here, right? The best thing for Heesang to do right now is, to be honest with you guys, is just to shoot Tracer or shoot Winston. I don't like the necessary greed for going for Ana here. And certainly once you see Ana, you should probably consider rotating back. Instead, he's going to commit to the angle and turn his back to Ana, and he gets his copy force before he can even let his stickies go. His recall's already used. And again, his Tracer should be good enough to win, maybe? They do have a lot of ultimates here. Nice clip there with Junpin. Poke, 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 poke. Oh, he gets the angle on Fielder. Can he hit the shots? Oh, no. Ah. Is that it, y'all? I think that might be it. Yeah, that's it. So he's saying struggling with positioning there. Struggling with positioning there. We'll come back to this in a little bit. Okay, let's check out the Tracer here. Okay, Tracer off.